Well, hey there. Oh, happy day. Chris Van Bloom from the Empty Nest Kitchen here. And I am so thrilled to be doing my little Thursday demo before our Saturday class. Now, the weather here in Maryland is warming up and we are having the perfect week. It is so good. And I hope, like me, you're starting to eat al fresco, like sitting out on your balcony or on your patio or on your front porch. I've got the grill fired up. I've got the pizza oven going. And this is the best time of the year to be eating. I tell you, trying to eat well in May, June, July, August, September, these are easy, easy months. So let's embrace this. And I want to show you this fantastic salad bowl sort of thing that I'm making. I went to lunch with a friend last week to a restaurant down in Bethesda, and they had this bowl, and I thought it was so darn tasty. I came home and put my own little spin on it. It was just so good. But what I wanted to show you, I make a ton of vinaigrettes. We all know vinaigrettes are really great. They've got tang. You can use so many different oils and vinegars. But you can also have a creamy dressing if you just use the right tools. So for today, we're going to make kind of a yogurty mustardy sauce. And I know you're like, yogurty mustardy. Trust me on this. I have, and this is what's so great, we can make just enough for one, because just because you're cooking for one or two doesn't mean you don't deserve to eat well. You totally do. And I have a little bit of plain Greek yogurt here. Now, I like Greek yogurt because I like the texture of it. I like that it's got a little more body. If you don't have Greek yogurt, or if you don't want to buy a container that's this size, no problem. You can absolutely buy a little 6-ounce container. You could even buy just regular plain yogurt if you wanted. I put it in a strainer and line it with paper towels. Set it in that, pour it in there, pop it in the fridge because it's going to take a little while for that whey to drain off, but that's all you have to do. Now, I put a little bit of Dijon mustard in there because we're doing the Dijon thing, baby. And then a little bit of olive oil. Now, this is the place to use that good extra virgin olive oil that you're getting, something that's got great flavor to it, and that'll help loosen everything up a bit. And we do want that little bit of healthy fat in there. You guys know with Mediterranean diet, I'm all about the healthy fats. Now, I'm just going to put a little pinch. I know some of you are going to say, that's a lot. That was maybe an eighth of a teaspoon, but I do love the pepper. I'm going to put a little of that in there. And if you're looking at it and you're like, well, that's still a little thicker than I want, easy breezy lemon squeezy, a quick cool water in there, and it'll help thin it out. Now I went a little aggressive, but you can make this and hold this for, 3-4 days in your fridge. Check the date on your yogurt to get your date that your dressing will still be good by. All right, now we've got that. And when I made this last night, I did some farro in the bowl as well because I wanted to incorporate that whole grain as much as I could. If you decide to make farro at any point, it freezes so beautifully. You can take your cooked farro, make sure that it's nice and cool, and then you're going to put it in a resealable bag, squeeze out the air, and store it flat pack in your freezer. This is so smart when you're cooking for one or two. I like to think ahead when I'm cooking so that I have an extra chicken breast or I have extra grains. I have something at the ready for me. Okay. So feel free to add your favorite grain. You could do, I guess, brown rice a little if you wanted, but I'm going to do farro, quinoa, barley. I would just make sure it's cool. All right. So I've got a little of that dressing there. So nice. And then, like I said, I'm always thinking ahead. So I have some chicken that is already grilled. I just think that when we're buying our things, I know that things are interesting right now in the grocery store, right? We know that. But I'm still buying a family pack. All right. I'm still buying the family pack of ground beef or chicken breasts or boneless, skinless chicken thighs because I know I'm going to use it. I will freeze it, or like last night, I cooked off the whole thing of chicken and then I froze grilled chicken. It's easy. Just think ahead with what you're doing, right? Now, I've got a few tomatoes here that I already cut. Y'all know that little trick that I show you almost every month with putting the tomatoes between the two plates, throwing that in there. We love to balance our flavors here. So this is something I want you to think about. When we do this, I'm going to use a little goat cheese. Last night I used some burrata, and you don't have to go really heavy on this. Just a little bit is going to do you and give you that flavor. And again, if you're a goat cheese hater, how about a little mozzarella, those little baby mozzarella balls? Oh my gosh, we love those so much. It's all about planning ahead. Now, check this out. This is our great trick. When the time comes, because you may no longer be prepping out 6, 8, 12 ears of corn. So what I do, I cook it right in the husk in the microwave. I took this whole ear of corn, 5 minutes, just like that, into the microwave. And then you can pull that husk right off there. The silk comes right off for you, right off. All right, I'm going to pull that out. That'll go in the compost then. We'll put that over there. Now, normally I would pull out my bundt pan to do this. I'm just going to do a little bit, but the corn is so good this time of year, and cooking a single ear of corn, so nice, right? So easy. So I want you to use that microwave method. And the reason I like to add the corn here is because it's giving me a little sweet. Now, I was playing around with maybe adding some honey or agave to my dressing, but once I've got that corn in there, it's really good. I don't need to bother, right? Look how pretty that is already. Telling you that method of cooking that corn is so darn good. Now, healthy fats. We love those healthy fats. So we're going to take our avocado, and we can make it look cute if we want. And you don't have to hold it in your hand like this if you're a little nervous about your knife. I just go through very gently. Heck, you could use a butter knife to do that. It's that simple. And then I just scoop it out right like that. Ta-da! I could not believe when they had gorgeous ripe avocados at the store. So good. I'm going to pop some of those on there. Oh my gosh, so good. I'm going to save that one for a snack. And now here's the thing. When we're doing all of this, right, you're like, it's a salad, no big deal. But when you put together a really good salad, you're hitting all the different components, right? So I've got some sour with the yogurt dressing. I've got some sweet with the corn. Hopefully not too much bitter, but I guess maybe the grilling with that. So what it's salty, sour, bitter, sweet. Salt, we definitely have some salt in there. We've got that goat cheese. And then my favorite thing to keep around in my fridge for weeks is a pickled red onion. Now, when I pickle red onions, holy bananas, I do it as down and dirty and as easily as a person can do it. I slice it, and I've done this for y'all before. That's why I didn't want to do it again today. I slice those red onions. I pour boiling water over them, and then I pop them into a container with salt, sugar, and plain white vinegar. You could use cider vinegar if that's your vibe, but they will take on this gorgeous magenta hue. And that will give you some real tang in your salad. I really love this. Now, if the idea of these bowls, if you see how quickly that came together, right? And it's planning ahead. Yes, you can grill the chicken, cool it, then freeze it. So you've got grilled chicken breasts ready to go for you without that high grocery store price. But if this idea excites you, like it does me, you all are definitely going to want to come to Saturday's class because we've got 2 more classes before summer break. This weekend, we are doing such a yummy class with an arugula bowl, with farro and all sorts of good stuff. And let me tell you, when I did this for my folks at the Osher Institute with Johns Hopkins, they lost their minds. They thought it was great. They were the best class. So we're going to be doing that this Saturday. I would love to see you in class. We've got several hundred people already registered. Love to see you for that. And then just tuck it in the back of your mind. We are going to do some grilling in June. So that's what we've got. Oh, hey, Francis, so nice to see you. All righty. So look at that gorgeousness. Do you see that? Holy cow. And I kid you not, that's how easy this stuff is to pull together. So do not get up in your own head. Cheryl, you're so sweet. Cheryl, make sure you say hi. Cheryl and Francis, both of you say hi for Saturday's class. I love you all. You guys are so wonderful. That's it. Is that the most beautiful bowl? And that is a serving. So if you're a big eater, I don't want you to think you're going to have to eat something little. You deserve to eat well. All right? You deserve to eat well. That's it, everyone. Francis, Cheryl, I'll see you and everyone else in Saturday's class.